Okay. So humoral control of the circulation. This paragraph says that humoral factors, humoral means they are made by the tissue or by gland. Okay. So either they are acting locally or they go into the blood and acting all over the body. ठीक है? Another thing. Now two type vasoconstrictor and vasodilator. So first we will see vasoconstrictor, norepinephrine and epinephrine. Norepinephrine is a potent vasoconstrictor. Epinephrine is a mild, but in coronary, epinephrine does vasodilation. So yeah, so it's an exception. Okay, a rare that in coronary it is doing vasodilation. Okay, you will learn this later in a coronary circulation. But norepinephrine, okay, norepinephrine, or also you call them adrenaline, noradrenaline. Okay, they are produced by two sorts, either by sympathetic nerves, okay, they are shorter acting, or they are produced by simultaneously they are produced by adrenal medulla. It will go into blood, and this is a longer acting. Okay, fine. Another potent vasoconstrictor is angiotensin. It's so potent that 1/1,000,000th of gram can increase our human BP 50 mmHg. Okay, so it's a very potent. Okay, and good thing about this angiotensin is at the same time it is working all our body. Okay, in all our body, increase on arterioles to increase the peripheral resistance in all body simultaneously. Also, it acts on a kidney. Ready? Decrease sodium and water extraction. So what happens? The fluid volume of the body volume also increases. So it rises the BP. So it's a very helpful in the BP regulation. You will see ahead in a chapter 19 of the guidance. Fine. Now vasopressin. Now it is more potent than angiotensin 2 also. So it is one of the body's most potent. Normally scientists think it is not working in normal condition, but the experiment have shown that in a hemorrhage, in a severe hemorrhage, it can raise the BP up to 60 mmHg. So yes, the pharmacological synthetic, okay, artificial synthetic composition is used in a cases of hemorrhage, and another name is antidiuretic hormone. It does vasoconstriction, and simultaneously it also act on kidney to prevent water loss. Ready? If this hormone is not working, it will call diabetes insipidus, where we can lose up to 20 liter of water in our urine. Okay? So this is a very potent vasoconstriction also. Ready? This hormone, antidiuretic hormone, where it is being produced. This antidiuretic hormone or vasopressin is produced in pituitary. Okay, you have learned all over this in hormone system. Okay, now we are done with there are so many vasoconstrictor, but we are done with the most potent ones: norepinephrine, vasopressin, and angiotensin. Now we are talking about the vasodilator. So major are kinin. So how they are made? On alpha 2 protein, globulin protein. Ready? There is a hormone called enzyme called kallikrein. Okay, enzyme called kallikrein. It is a proteolytic enzyme. It will split this alpha 2 protein and it will make a lot of type of kinin, and one type is bradykinin. Ready? This bradykinin is a potent vasodilator. Now, okay, now if this artery is dilated and you want to constrict it, so we have the inhibitor of this kallikrein, which is again the ACE, angiotensin convertase enzyme. Okay, the same enzyme which is active at the angiotensin system. Okay, angiotensin system. Ready? The same enzyme. So the vasoconstrictor system is opposing the vasodilator system. It is a common sense. Fine. But once these kinins are working, it will open the pores of the capillary. Ready? It's a potent vasodilator. So arterial dilation increase capillary permeability. So it can lead to local edema. by local edema. Also sometimes tissue inflammation. Another vasodilator is histamine. Right? So a point to notice when this kallikrein is activated, when there is an injury or maceration, a particular word used in a guyton, rough handling of tissue, it normally happens in a traumatic event, maceration of blood and tissue inflammation. Okay, then this kinin forming, enzyme is activated. Kallikrein is activated by rough handling of the blood or tissue, maceration. Now histamine, it is produced in an allergic reaction by mast cells and basophil. It is a vasodilator. Again, it will increase the pore size of capillary, leading to edema and tissue inflammation. So, in case of allergy, we take antihistaminic drug like Montelukast, levocetirizine. Okay. Now we are done with this humoral factors, but there are ions. Okay, so ions. So you have to remember that only one ion is a constrictor, which is calcium. It leads to vasoconstriction because you know that calcium increases. So what happens? The muscles will contract. So what are the muscles here? Are the smooth muscles of vessel wall. Okay. So they will contract. So what happens? Vasoconstriction. Other ion, जैसे potassium, hydrogen, magnesium, ready, carbon dioxide, acid citrate, all lead to what? Vasodilation. And one thing to remember, the most potent vasodilator for brain is a carbon dioxide. Okay, not H plus, not H plus. This can be asked as a comment. Why not H plus? Because you have to again remember the cell membrane property. So carbon dioxide is lipid soluble, can cross the blood-brain barrier. Okay, blood-brain barrier. Okay, this brain is protected by blood-brain barrier, which is nothing but a lipid membrane, cell membrane. So CO2 is a highly lipid soluble, can cross the blood-brain barrier. H plus can't cross the blood-brain barrier. That's why CO2, okay, is the most potent vasodilator. Ready? For brain. So now the ultimate crux here is that this vasodilator and vasoconstrictor, they are only for short-term regulation, ready, of BP. In long-term regulation, they are not useful, okay, unless they change the metabolism of tissue. So we are done this chapter.